Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss the solver tool to solve a transportation problem. And in my previous videos, I have already talked about different methods to solve a transportation problem. And we achieved, the optimality of transportation problem by Vogel's approximation method, and then further going for modified distribution method. So if you start doing it manually, there are multiple steps that are involved in solving the problem. But if you are using a solver tool in Excel, then you can easily get an optimized solution in one go. So by default, Excel doesn't install this plugin, the solver plugin. If you actually do not see, so where this solver plugin comes in, you just click on the data ribbon, and here there is a solver plugin right here. By default, Excel doesn't install it. You just need to go to Tools, Excel Add-ins, and there you check these two options and click OK, and you will see this particular plugin. If you're using Mac, this is the way to do it. If you're using a Windows PC, then you're going to go to Excel Over button here, then go to Excel options, and then you can easily find it out. That's not a big thing at all. And so let's go ahead and see exactly how you can solve this problem. So this is the transportation problem, which I also solved manually in my different videos. So there are 4 plants in this problem, 4 factories you can think, and there are 3 warehouses. These factories are producing same product. Probably you can think about an automobile examples where in the entire country there are 4 plants are located at different locations, and there are 3 warehouses in the entire country. These plants are having different capacities. Oh, sorry, I just have to rewrite it. So this is the capacity of the plant or the factory, and these are the requirements of the warehouses. That means these plants have different capacities. Plant 1 has a capacity to produce 5 units. Plant 2 has a capacity for 8 units. Plant 3 has a capacity of 7 units, and plant 4 has a capacity of 14 units. And if you look at the requirement, these 3 warehouses, depending on the demand in the market, have their different requirements. 7 units are required at warehouse 1, 9 are the units required at warehouse 2, and 18 at warehouse 3. And you can think that this whole particular problem is for one production run. That could be a plan for a month, for a week, or something like that. That means this could be the per week capacity of each plant, and this could be the per week requirement of each warehouse. These could be the per month capacities, or these could be per month requirements. So it depends. So there is a pretty, kind of, I'm solving this problem for one production cycle. And if I sum the capacity, so there are 34, and if I sum the requirements, they are also 34. So the total of is 34 here. That means if I write it here, it is actually capacity equal to demand. So that simply says that transportation problem is a balanced transportation problem. If they are not equal, then the transportation problem is known as an unbalanced transportation problem. So if it is unbalanced, then we make the problem balanced and then solve it. So you just have to check whether the problem is balanced or not. In this case, since this condition holds, so I will call this as a balanced transportation problem. So, and these are the transportation costs you can understand. 2 is the cost of supplying 1 unit from plant 1 to warehouse 1. And if from plant 1 something has to be shipped to W2, probably the distance is more, the taxes are higher, so it requires rupees 7 per unit to ship 1 unit from P1 to W2. So you can multiply it with hundreds, thousands, whatever you want. That's not the case. So same way, this is the cost matrix you can think of. So let's solve this problem by using the solver tool. So I just have to trick the things a bit. So what I'm going to do is, so these are the costs. So consider them as the costs. So I'm going to select this entire table. Be careful with the selection which I'm doing. Or so what you're going to do is you're going to copy this whole problem. Let me paste it here. Okay, let me just pick up the costs. That will be sufficient. So I'm pasting this whole thing here, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete them. delete one of the places. So let me delete exactly here. Now, what is going to happen is this, in this particular matrix right here, I will actually identify, or I'll allocate actually, that how many units to be shipped from which plant to which warehouse. And these are the costs. So I'm going to multiply the total shipped units in this matrix to the total cost, and that is going to give me the total transportation cost, which is the minimum. And I can simply call it, so let me put the solution somewhere. Okay, let me put the solution somewhere here. I need more cells, so I'll put it here, transportation, or I'll write it simply TPT cost. And what is this going to be? It is going to be sum product of allotments. That means how many units to be shipped from where to the requirements. So these are the costs. The pink one is the cost, and these blue are the capacity. So let's say if there are 4 units which I'm shipping from P1 to W1, 4 units here, then this is the cost. 2 times 4, this is going to give me the cost of shipping total 4 units from P1 to W1. Let's say in this particular cell there is a 6. That means plant P2, from plant P2 I'm shipping 6 units to W2. So 6 times 3 is going to give me the total cost which incurred in this operation. So the same way, I'm going to have all the allocations here, and all the cost is going to get multiplied from here, and that is going to give me the transportation cost. Right now it is 0 because this matrix is 0. And I'm going to get my solution in this cell, so I'll just mark it with a different color. Now what I'm going to do is, I am going to just enter one more thing. So sum, so the command is here, sum. That means all allocations in this cell. That is the sum here. I'm going to scroll it down. Okay, this I don't want. Same way, I'm going to use the sum function here. That means sum of all the units shipped to market W1. That's it. I'm going to pull it down right. So let me centralize it. It looks a little better. Right. Let's go ahead. The platform is ready. Let's solve the transportation problem. So I'm going to go to data right here and solver. Okay, it asks me first for the objective. So my objective cell is right here in this cell. It's a minimization problem by changing cells. So I want to change all these cells. I want to just keep on shifting the allocations and keep on checking the solutions. Now this is an important thing. Add constraints. So all these capacities right here are supposed to be less than equal to what is the factory's capacities. Add. Now this is the trick here. Most of the students make a mistake here. All these requirements, whatever going to come here, could possibly be greater than equal to the requirements of the warehouse. Why I'm selecting greater than equal to, the logic behind it is that I can always supply more than demand and it goes into the inventory. I click OK. I'm going to select a simplex LP here because it's a special case of linear programming, and I click on solve. So it's working, and let's see. Okay, keep the solver solution. Okay, that's it. I get the solution. So what is the solution here? Solution is ship 5 units from plant 1 to warehouse W1, ship 2 units from plant 2 to warehouse W2, ship 6 units from plant P2 to warehouse W3, ship 7 units from P3 to W2, and ship 12 units from P4 to W3. Now if you look into this thing, and 2 units from P4 to W1 as well. If you arrange the transportation in this way, then your transportation cost is going to be minimum, and that is rupees 76. Depending on the problem, you can multiply it with thousands or probably lakhs or whatever quantity you want. So this is about solving a transportation problem. Thank you.